up forever to touch you, 'cause I know that you feel me somehow. You're the closest to heaven that I'll ever be, and I don't wanna go home right now. And all I can taste is this moment, and all I can breathe is your life. And sooner or later it's over, I just don't wanna miss you tonight. And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. When everything's made to be broken, I just want you to know who I am. Oh. Can't fight the tears that ain't coming, or the moment of truth in your lies. When everything feels like the movies, yeah, you bleed just to know you're alive. And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they understand. When everything's made to be broken, I just want you to know who I am.
My gear is packed in the back, my saddle's in the float, and I think I've got everything. I hope so. I feel like I'm forgetting stuff, but my brain's too foggy to even care right now. I am so nervous, it's not even funny. And like the more I think about it, like, oh my god, I'm going on cross country with a horse I barely know, and I've jumped her like 4 times. Ugh. The jumps aren't the problem, it's just like getting around the course, because I don't know whether she gets like attached to other horses. And that's my biggest fear, because Spence used to like get attached to a random horse. Like he'd hear a horse call out and then like flip and like run back to the friend that he wants to meet. Anyways, I just need to breathe. So she's just grazing. I'm gonna go catch her and then put her on the float. Hopefully, if she goes on the float. So these are the clips from my show jumping warm-up, and she was super hot and super not rideable. She was just kind of shaking her head and resisting the contact, and like she does exactly the same thing Spence would do before he would flip. So the head tossing literally just sent me into a panic attack. So I was struggling a fair bit, but I have been working pretty hard at home because she generally doesn't get this hot at home, but she was quite hot this morning when I rode her, and I found an exercise that really, really works for her. So this warm-up was pretty shit, and I was honestly just riding super defensively and not really correctly at all. I just wasn't giving her any help at all. I have learnt though not to get up her, because that is when she gets quite upset and I have to kind of pick and choose my battles. But overall, I was pretty happy with her. I couldn't have really asked much more. I haven't jumped her that much, so going into a show jump round not knowing whether she was spooky or... because she can be quite looky at home, so I was kind of riding pretty gross. But yeah, anyways, the footage of my actual jump round's pretty gnarly, to say the least. I don't know whether to voice over or not. I'm pretty sure I'll voice over it, but some of the comments that like I made, like whoa and fuck, like I was literally swearing in the round because she just kind of was a bit weird. But yeah, so it's all just going to come in confidence and time. This is her first time out jumping since like March, so I can't really expect much more, and she's a 6-year-old thoroughbred chestnut mare. So, you know, I was pretty happy with how she went. And it's all just about confidence and finding the right instructor to help me through jumping wise. I have a fantastic dressage coach, but I just need someone for jumping, but I don't know anyone for jumping. So, yeah, I kind of rode very badly. As you can tell, I just wasn't really, if I just gotten forward and got her forward, it probably would have been fine, but because I was so nervous, I couldn't let the handbrake off and just let her travel. So I was constantly like, I don't want to let you go because like I don't know if they're going to bolt, but like Chili doesn't bolt, she just kind of gets quick. And in the show jump round, you'll also see that she raises her head really high before the jump, which I've never had a horse do that. And then I realised she's always been jumped in rings, so that may be partly why. But because I'd never had a horse that does that before, I was kind of like, okay then, because she doesn't do it at home. So I was a bit like, I have no idea how to ride this. So anyways, I will show the clips of the show jumping. So I actually walk for a bit of this round. But yeah, so other than like a few moments, it was actually pretty good. Like, to be honest, I'm not gonna like completely beat myself up about it because I literally have no confidence. So being able to do this is like a big thing for me. I have never jumped another horse at a competition besides Penny, so keep that in mind. And this year was a major miscommunication, so yeah, don't do that, Sophie, ever again. But yeah, so she was pretty honest though, like honestly the most honest 6-year-old thoroughbred ever. She kind of just looks after me pretty well. Like, she could have dropped me on the first jump, but she doesn't. So, and same then, you know, I don't really know what to expect from her, so I'm kind of just riding pretty rough, but I make sure to praise her a fair bit and just kind of, yeah. So I was kind of a bit nervous about this filler because I don't know whether she's seen Phil before, but I've never jumped to her over Phil, and it was probably one of the best jumps she did over the whole course. So, and then I kind of finally let her canter here, and then I couldn't see a distance, so we stuffed up this distance. And she got a little bit upset after knocking the pole, but I just brought her back to a walk and just let her relax and just not let her worry and give me a bit of a chance to have a breath because I don't breathe. But as you can see, she's actually pretty good. Like, she's not jigging anymore. She's, you know, quiet. So, you know. And then I'm coming up to jump number 3. And this is the one that she actually jumped pretty well. So I let her canter, I think. Oh, no, jump number 3. So I think I let her have a canter before the jump. Yeah. And she actually jumps that one pretty well. And I literally just followed her. And that was probably one of the nicest jumps out of the whole course. And I'm getting a bit more confident now. And then another miscommunication, and she kind of chips it, and then I yank on her mouth, and she's so honest and doesn't get up me, so I love her. And then into the double, she was so good through the double, literally just looked after me so well, and it was a much nicer compared to the other couple jumps. And then she's on the wrong lead, so she gets a bit unbalanced, and I just bring her back to a walk. Again, I'm literally just walking her around because this is only a training day, FYI. I'm just keeping it nice and chilled out, and then there's another, I can't remember how many strides was between this, but I just trotted her up to the first one and then cantered in between, and she was super, super good, and she just got better and better throughout the whole round. So I literally cannot ask anything more of her. She gets quite wonky off the backside of this jump, but it's probably because my leg was numb. But yeah, I was so happy with her and gave her lots of pats. But yeah, so this is just footage from my first off-property ride with her, and I definitely think we've improved, even though like she was a lot nicer and more rideable in this clip. I think we've definitely improved. What the fuck is my mum doing with the camera? Anyways, yeah, I just forgot to do an outro, so this is my outro. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm sorry I didn't end up completely vlogging. My dad fell asleep the whole day, so I was kind of like left by myself, and I ended up not doing cross country because I just thought that it would just end not very well, obviously, because I don't really know her that well, and I really just want to get my confidence up show jumping and getting confidence at home and lessons and stuff. So I just thought it would be a good idea to leave the cross country for another day, because personally, I think you should really trust a horse to take them out in cross country, even though it's only like 45. It's not the jumps, it's just being out in open space and trusting her, which I do, but obviously it takes time to build that trust. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed and are now seasick or motion sickness from this clip because it is so bouncy and awful. Yes, look at Chili's disgusting orange winter clipped to coach. I'm glad she doesn't look like that anymore. Anyways, I will see you in next week's vlog, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye!